Donald Trump, of all people, is calling someone a racist sleazebag, someone who just appeared alongside his daughter-in-law, Laura, and I have all the impulsive, unhinged details that reek of projection coming up next in something I like to call
words, the best words.
Let's jump into this story by revealing the characters that currently occupy Trump's obsessive and hell-bent mind. In one corner, we have Laura Trump, the fiercely loyal daughter-in-law who keeps circling Trump world like a certain kind of vulture circles a dance floor. Oops, how did that metaphor get in there? And in the other corner, we have Charlamagne Tha God, the lofty-named multimedia mogul and black influencer. And I don't mean to put a limitation on his sphere of influence, but with Trump, a person's race is always a consideration in where his hostility is directed. Here's a clip from the Charlamagne-Laura encounter that mentioned his two least favorite words, Epstein and Obama. Have a look, and on the other side, I'll share Donnie's unhinged meltdown.
I think there's a political coup going on right now in the Republican Party that people aren't paying attention to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think that this Epstein thing is going to be a way for traditional conservatives to take their party back. I really do. I think that they know this is the issue that has gotten the base riled up. The MAGA base isn't letting this issue go, and for the first time, they know they can, probably take their party back and not piss off the MAGA base. I think they're going to do that.
Well, I would say, we've never seen a typical election since the day that Donald Trump came down the golden escalator. So
Absolutely.
I don't know that we'll ever see another typical kind of traditional election with traditional Republicans. I don't know. I feel like things have changed, the game changed, and to say that the old guard is going to kind of come back, that's a big statement.
But that's the mistake Republicans are going to make. Republicans are going to make the same mistake that Democrats made, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Barack Obama was a one-of-one, once-in-a-lifetime, political juggernaut. And since Barack Obama, every Democrat has tried to be Barack Obama. You're not Barack Obama.
You got to be yourself.
It's going to be the same thing with Republicans. Say what you want. Donald Trump is a once-in-a-lifetime, one-on-one political juggernaut. You're not going to be Donald Trump. So if you think you're going to be able to do what Donald Trump has done, talk the way Donald Trump has talked, get away with what Donald Trump has got away with, it's not going to happen. So everybody right now, we have the opportunity to have like a huge reset. I think you should blow it all up. I think that people are really sick and tired of what we've been presented from both parties. By the way, we knew this before the last election. They were telling us that like 70% of people did not want to see a rematch between Trump or Biden. So it's like we know we want something different. Everybody wants something different. So I think that if Democrats keep doing the same old thing, they're going to keep getting the same results. And if Republicans, think that they can repeat what has been done and don't try to give the people something new, they're going to get the results they don't want.
So that was actually a very civilized exchange, but our uncivilized president lost his mind over it in a 1 a.m. Truth Social post that read, "The very wonderful and talented Laura Trump, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne Tha God. Why is he allowed to use the word God when describing himself? Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I used that nickname?" Okay, Donnie, make it about you. He is probably demanding that Pam Bondi and the FBI investigate who at the Department of Nicknames approved such a thing so he can fire them. Let's continue as Trump opens up his spigot of random thoughts and lets it all pour out. He's a low IQ individual, has no idea what words are coming out of his mouth, and knows nothing about me or what I've done, like just ending 5 wars, including a 31-year-old bloodbath between the Republic of Congo and Rwanda, where 7 million people have died, and there was no end in sight. He didn't know that, or India and Pakistan, or wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or closing the horrendous open border, or creating the greatest economy where prices and inflation have come way down, and where stupid and corrupt Joe Biden set the record for doing the worst job as president ever, but this dope Charlamagne would vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala? Remember, 1 year ago our country was dead, and now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. MAGA! Putting aside Trump impulsively losing his mind again with random thoughts, I'd like to share how Laura Trump opened the segment.
Is there still appetite for civil discourse and apolitical entertainment? Or has the liberal echo chamber become the norm? Well, Charlamagne certainly has some thoughts.
Imagine someone who is at a desk on the Fox News channel using the word echo chamber to describe liberal media. She's not necessarily wrong, but she risks being struck by a lightning bolt of hypocrisy because the alternative echo chambers will never measure up to the deeply coordinated efforts by the propaganda outlet that employs her. But aside from that, I have to give her some very reluctant credit. She allowed Charlamagne to speak freely and toss some daggers about Epstein and Obama pointed at her beloved father-in-law without the wild confrontation nonsense we see all day on all the cable news channels. And she even let him share his surprising choices for 2028. I'm Dan, thanks for watching, and please let me know what you think about what we just saw with a comment below, and I'll give Charlamagne the final word with those 2028 picks.
The only other person I would like to see in 2028 run, and this is going to sound ridiculous probably coming from me, I would love to see Jon Stewart run in 2028. If we're talking about like a change agent coming from the outside that's really going to shake things up, and somebody that I feel like can speak to, you know, all people. Plus he's a celebrity who actually knows what they're talking about. We've seen him get legislation and stuff, you know, passed before. Like, we know where his heart is. He'd be somebody I'd like to see really get in the race and disrupt things in 2028. You know, well, maybe a Jon Stewart Colbert ticket, because, you know, Colbert's not going to have a job. He's not working because of President Trump, so they say.
Well, people say different things. They also say he lost $40 million a year for CBS, which is also a bit of a problem whenever you're trying to have a successful show. If you had to pick a Republican who might be able to earn your vote, is there anyone you like that you would look at? I
mean, I was in South Carolina. I grew up in South Carolina under, you know, somebody like Nikki Haley, right? So I can see something like that. I do think, and this is I think that traditional conservatives are going to take the Republican Party back.